Good morning, good morning, good morning. And this might be like a groundbreaking video because what I think I probably will start doing is something called Ricardo's Reel. And if you get it, very simply put, REEL because this is like a video, and then also real as in REAL because I'm just going to kind of just talk from the gut, speak from the heart. I don't think I'll do this every day, but probably more often than once a week, pretty much when I feel like it. But I wanted to just go ahead and connect with everybody, let you know more about me, especially with what's going on in my life, and then also with respect to this awesome business. So, first off, a little bit about me. I guess this would be episode number one. A little bit about me. I am currently 30 years old. I reside in New York. I'm born and raised in Boston, went to school in Atlanta, also went to college at Hampton in Virginia, came back up to the Northeast, and now I rest my head in Massachusetts. Actually grew up in Massachusetts. When I went to college, had a degree in computer science, and pretty much, probably like most of us, or like many of us, I was trying to find my passion, but I knew that one of my main passions was to get out of college, not stay in college too long, but get out, actually make enough money to really be comfortable, really be happy, and hopefully one day have the big old house and all that good stuff. But then, I think like a lot of us realize is many times if we follow our passion, we don't have the financial backing, and or if many times we're trying to pursue a lucrative lifestyle, we don't have the passion behind it. So I found myself doing the latter, and I actually thought I was living a pretty lucrative lifestyle, making almost six figures as a software engineer at the world's largest computer company. I'm doing pretty well, and what something that really didn't hit me probably until I was about maybe 4 or 5 years into the job was that many of the people who were working near me, like for instance my team leader at the job and such, these people were like 2 3 times my age, and I'm thinking, wow, you're in your 60s and your office is the same size as mine, and I just did not want my reality to be that. And then about 5.5 years or so into my employment, again, this is the job that my mother, my father, and everybody, they were bragging to their friends about. Oh, my son's a software engineer at X, Y, and Z company. You know, one thing that happened, it kind of shook my world, that I knew it could happen, but I didn't think it would happen. And that's when massive layoffs just overtook everyone at my job, including, many of the people who had trained me. There was actually a gentleman, he was only 1 year away from retiring and receiving his pension, even though they had eliminated the pension for everybody else. He always talked about his dreams in terms of where he was going to go and all that good stuff. And what ended up happening was they let him go. And when they let him go, I remember seeing him in a hallway crying. This was traumatic. And I started to ask myself, was this the sort of way that I wanted to, depend, or depend on something to provide for me and my family, my future family? Was this viable? Depending on an employer to hopefully keep you on, and being let go as soon as the economy turns over. So, probably, and I knew the writing was on the wall. Right when that massive layoff took place, they actually placed our entire division under a different organization. That organization was headed by a woman who I believe hated my guts. She made my life at the job a living hell. Many of you, I don't wish that on anybody, but too many of us know about what it's like to work for someone who doesn't like you, and in turn you don't like them. And you're basically working hard enough not to get fired, and they're basically paying you enough not for you to quit. And that is a very, very scary place to be, and that's where I was for about 2.5 years before I was actually fired. All right? So I don't wish that on anybody, but I think that whenever there's adversity or something negative that happens in your life, you can actually look at it as a way to bring you down, or a way for it to pick you up. And that made me realize that, you know what, maybe this was just a wake-up call for me to wake up and actually fulfill my purpose. All right, so it was only about maybe a month and a half after that I was approached by a gentleman, Dave Motivator Farrell, who had already been successful in his own right in terms of an entrepreneur, owning clothing stores, sneaker stores, holding success wealth seminars in New York City. He actually brought an opportunity to my attention where he knew of people who were making an extraordinary income. All right, franchise owners, people who had represented, vice president positions in well-established companies. And he said, you should probably take a look at this. Let me know what you think. And I really wasn't open-minded to something like that. I will be the first one to tell you that this wasn't something that I had a lot of interest or focus in. But it wasn't until I said, you know what, let me humble myself, because at the end of the day, I knew that whatever my game plan was, it wasn't working for me at the time. So I took an honest look at the information that he sent. Lo and behold, here we are 19 months later. I'm at the position where in a matter of months, we're going to be getting paid like corporate CEOs. We're going to have stock options. We're going to have a company luxury car, an annual vacation. These are packages typically that normal vice presidents receive at large corporations. Well, so why am I making this video? Why do I even say that? It's because so many of you who are watching this, just like me, are in positions where you go to work because you have to. You go to work from dark to dark. You're waking up like at around 5 or 6 a.m., all right, because you have to. And you get home maybe at 6 or 7 after beating traffic, trying to beat traffic, then trying to take care of your family, and then having to wake up and do it over and over and over again. And then you turn around and you're like, man, I graduated 15 years ago? And is this the way life is going to be for the next 30, 40 years? All right, so I say all that to say this, that in the past 19 months that I've been in this business, it's been life-changing. The types of friendships I've formulated, the sorts of people that I've learned from in terms of business building, in terms of connecting, in terms of networking, nothing beats this. All right, so I'll probably make more, and I will make more videos in terms of what we do, in terms of why this is powerful. But I guess I just wanted to make this video, which ended up being, wow, over 8 minutes now. But I wanted to just go ahead and make this video just to let you guys know a little bit more about who I am, where we're going with this thing, and why we are so excited. So you're going to see more soon. This is Ricardo's Real. This is Ricardo Suber. And if you want more information just in terms of what we do and what this is, go to www.getofftheratwheel.com. All right, because you know how they say we run a rat race, and we're running on this wheel. This website is called www.getofftheratwheel.com. Check that out. If you're interested, contact me through the website. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.